Throughout the history of YouTube, there's always been one creator that most people have considered the GOAT of the platform, or, the greatest of all time. And most of us viewers would know exactly who someone means when they talk about the GOAT of YouTube. But in case somebody doesn't know who I'm talking about, let me tell you. Felix PewDiePie Kjellberg is a Swedish YouTuber from Gothenburg, who also until recently was the biggest YouTuber on the platform. So how did he get there? Well, that's not something I'm planning on covering today. Normally it is something that I would cover, but I'm not gonna do that in this situation. I was going to originally, but that was given a different idea by a friend of mine. So instead, let me tell you how Felix essentially reinvented himself as a content creator after moving to Japan. 6 months ago, PewDiePie moved from Brighton in Britain to Tokyo, Japan. Now there are probably a couple of reasons to why, and honestly most of them from my understanding is just that he and his wife Marcia really liked the country when they had been there for a visit. Which is great, it's really fun to hear that, but in what way did this really reinvent his content? Well, PewDiePie has a bit of an history with this. I think there's one thing that stands out more than the rest, and I'm gonna primarily focus on that. First of all, we can talk about the fact that a lot of people consider him to have essentially retired doing this, which was even talked about on the Trash Tease podcast.
So are you retired or retired?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest question all of your fans have right now. It's like, is he actually retired?
I've said it years ago because I think I had done it 10 years at the time.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like, I don't know if it's like a middle-age crisis or something, or whatever. You just
Midlife crisis.
Yeah, like you're 30, I've done this 10 years, and I'm just like, do I want to keep doing it at this pace for like another 10 years? And I was like, fuck no. So yeah, I just made a conscious choice to just like focus more on what
So you're
I
like
enjoy.
semi-retired.
Yeah, I mean,
But I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's more so that it's a move they wanted to make. PewDiePie still creates content similar to what he created before moving, but there's one change that a lot of people thought of pretty much instantly. There's one change a lot of people consider the more interesting change to his channel in recent times, and the reason to why moving to Japan essentially reinvented him. So let's talk about that. After moving to Japan, PewDiePie started uploading vlogs again. PewDiePie has talked previously about how he didn't really like doing vlogs back when he did them due to the fact that he felt like they were intrusive to his personal life, which I think is pretty understandable for most, if not all people. I think most people would find it intrusive into their personal life if they went around filming it all the time. I know for a fact I would, and because of that I wouldn't enjoy vlogging every day. In these vlogs we get to see PewDiePie essentially not only just in his kind of relatively daily life, but also just him traveling around Japan. It's really entertaining to see him just get to experience Japan, but also to see things like his daily life when he goes to do things like surfing. It is really fun to see someone enjoy a hobby like that on a more consistent basis, and seeing him actually enjoy the content he's creating to the degree where he actually feels comfortable vlogging again. Another video where this is pretty visible is actually his video where he went to the arcade in Japan to essentially try every game and make a tier list of the different games. Another great example of a video vlog that he made where he essentially just had fun, and it was in a way where it wasn't, or at least it didn't feel like it was very intrusive into his personal life. But he also doesn't make vlogs to a point where it feels like it might necessarily disrupt or ruin the potential of him and his channel, to the point where if he stops uploading them, it won't change the course of his channel too much, as he still uploads the same content that he did before moving to Japan, with content such as reacting to things on Dr. Phil along with his friend Ken, rating the apology of Liver King, and much more. Essentially, he kind of just added the vlogs to his content and just spread out his content schedule a little bit more, which honestly is fine. I think something a lot of people looks at when it comes to content creators is how often they upload. Hell, I met people who actually look at my channel and go, you don't upload that often. And I get that, I don't, and that's one of the main goals of this channel. I have firsthand seen what burning out through content creation can do to someone, and I myself have gone through it. And I've realized that I want to create content in a more healthy environment for myself. And it's great to see that other creators are potentially trying to do that for themselves as well, with content creators like PewDiePie starting to upload less frequently, potentially to just kind of take care of themselves and enjoy their life a bit differently. And I think that's more important than anything else. And I think that's also why we get to see the content that we get to see. I think the main thing about moving to Japan that reinvented PewDiePie is not only that he started creating these vlogs again that are very entertaining, but also the fact that he seems to be taking care of himself pretty well. And it's nice to see that type of change in a content creator that maybe doesn't always necessarily do that. I know a lot of content creators don't necessarily take the best care of themselves, and it's something that a lot of content creators and just anyone should. If you're watching this video, the most important thing is you. And when I say that a creator reinvented themselves, I don't necessarily mean their content. The most important thing at the end of the day is ourselves as people. I wouldn't want to watch a content creator if their content was at the cost of their health. And I'm pretty sure that goes for most people. It's nice to see that change in PewDiePie, where it seems like he's really enjoying his time and seems to be really happy. Where even if we don't get content as often, I think it's much better if it's a lot more enjoyable, as well as if it makes him happier. So yeah, that's why I think he reinvented himself when he moved to Japan, and how I think he reinvented himself. It's a bit of a shorter video than normal, I know, but it is essentially what I wanted to make for this. It's kind of funny because I didn't really watch PewDiePie a lot until after he moved to Japan. It's not that I didn't enjoy his content, I did. It was perfectly up my alley, I just didn't really watch it. It's nothing more than that. And so being able to watch it recently and enjoying it as much as I do, it's nice to see. And it's also nice to see someone just kind of being able to feel like they're happy. At least from, what we get to see as viewers. I know this is a little bit of a shorter video, and I know it's uploaded pretty late considering how I normally upload videos, considering the fact that I try to upload them every second week at most. But I did have a cold at the point where I was gonna upload this video originally, so I delayed it, and then I kept having a pretty bad cough, and yeah, it just didn't get out in time for what I wanted it to go up to. I normally don't ask for subs or likes or anything because I feel like it can be a bit much at times. I feel like if you guys want to like or sub, then you would, but I also feel like why not give it a shot? So hey, I'd appreciate it. With that being said, I heavily advise to check out PewDiePie's content, and for anybody that's curious, because I've seen these questions a couple times, if you want to know what music I use, it's always in the description. So please do check out the music I do, as well as the artists. Give them a like, give them a follow, pretty much anything. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later. Bye.